Now, before I get started with the video, I just wanted to make it clear that I'm not trying to flex on anyone or claim that I've spent the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time on building a Cobra or any car in particular. I know for a fact there are people that watch my channel that have spent way more than this, either within the same amount of time or relatively same time frame. The purpose of this video is mostly to shed light on the fact that if you're looking at buying a Terminator or any car for that matter, that there are so many little things thrown in that you never really consider until you sit down and really add it all up, and then you're like, wow, I can't believe I've spent that much money either overall or within a specific time frame. As far as the pictures go that you are going to see rolling through the video, these are taken from the previous owner as well. So if you see a lot of beach pictures and palm trees and stuff like that, a lot of these pictures haven't been seen in my videos on the car or anything like that, or in thumbnails. So that's why, because this car came from Florida. And I'm going to try and do this like in a systematic way of how things were spent as I got the car. So without further delay, let's get to the purpose of the video, and I'll start going down the list of everything that I've spent, and I'll give a little bit of a description on some things, but overall it's just going to be the price and a total update as we move along. First thing is that I wanted to put a down payment on the car. I didn't want to finance the entire amount that the car cost, so I put down a down payment of $3,000 so I didn't have to take out the full amount for the loan. Next was insurance. It cost $465 for the year for coverage on it, for full coverage. To ship the car, it went 1,800 miles from where it was to where I live. That was $1,189. Once I got the car back home, of course it needed to be registered and I had to pay sales tax on it. Not everyone has to pay sales tax, so that varies for people, but for me it was $1,253 for sales tax plus registration. The first mods that I bought for the car after I got it was a set of broiler stingers. Those cost $763.99. Next, I bought a used X pipe for $350. It was a Bassani Catted X. After I got the car, the tires were completely shot. I was under the impression that they were new. They were not. The front ones were in pretty good shape. The rear ones were completely bald and extremely dry rotted. They were in no position to be kept on that car. So I bought a set of Toyo R888Rs. Those cost $607.67, and the install for those was $50. To go along with the broiler stingers, I bought sandpaper and a polishing wheel. All those put together were $19.98. I went and had the exhaust installed. It's easy to do at home, but I knew that I got the car so late in the year that I didn't want to mess around with having issues and things not lining up right and having problems, and I just wanted to be able to take it to a shop, get it put on in a couple hours, and just be done with it. So I bit the bullet and I brought it to a place, and I had it put on for $263.46. After that, I realized that the idler kit, the stock idlers and pulleys on the car, tend to go out over time. I intended to spin the Eaton supercharger faster with a smaller pulley, and I didn't trust the stock idlers anymore. So I bought a billet flow 4-piece idler kit that cost $320.53. I bought the billet flow 2.76 pulley that was $165.43. And of course, to get the pulley off, you need a pulley puller, and that was $147.68. And I wanted a different belt. The belt on the car was in good shape, really nothing wrong with it, but I wanted 2 belts just in case I broke one. At least I would have a backup. So I bought a brand new Gates green belt that was $42.18. Before the dyno tune for the car, I bought new spark plugs for it, and it was also missing a few fuses. My power seat for the driver's side would not go back. Well, it would go back, but it didn't have other features that worked on it. that should have, and I found out it was missing a fuse, so I bought fuses and spark plugs. Those were $29.87. Going to the dyno tune, I realized that I probably should upgrade my mass sear meter. It's something that will be supported way down the road too, so I just wanted to get it out of the way early. I bought the SCT BA 2600. That was $274.70. I also bought a JLT intake. That was $269. The dyno tune and the SCT X4 that I bought at that time, which I got a really good deal on, altogether, that was $600. The dome light on the car went out shortly after I bought it. It stopped working. I bought an entire new fixture. It wasn't just the bulb that was bad. That was $28.88. I bought a set of tire savers for the car for winter storage so that I didn't get flat spots while it's stored. That came to a total of $44.99. If you go back to the video that I did on rolling the fenders on the Cobra, you remember that I had some broken lug nuts, and the ones that were on there were not that great. So I went and bought a new lug nut set. Those were $29.99. I recently did a video on getting a new cap and ring for the supercharger coolant expansion tank. I didn't like the flip cap. I bought the different style screw cap. That and the gasket for it came to $83.19. And also, to go along with that, I had the expansion tank repowder coated. I didn't like the satin look, and it was really messed up anyway, so I had it redone, and the cost of repowder coating the tank was $75. This next section I am going to refer to as Unspecified Mods. These are things that I bought for the Cobra over the past month or so, and I'm doing a video later on, maybe early springtime or late winter, about all the stuff that I bought and that's going on the car. There is more stuff that I'm buying, but that cutoff date is December 31st as far as what's going into this video. There's more stuff I'm buying in January and February that's not included on this list. So this is what I bought up to date as of the end of December. It's a total of $562.20 for the things that I bought, and that gives us a grand total of $10,635.74. So as you can see, expenses can add up pretty damn quick. And this just doesn't go with Cobras. This goes with absolutely any project car that you buy. And this was just a small snapshot of what it's been like for me from when I bought the car in mid-August to where it stands at the very end of 2020. A lot of these costs were upfront costs that I never have to pay again, that were big costs like the shipping, the sales tax, things like that. Wear and tear items like tires will come up from time to time, but it's not something that you buy every year. I'm going to have to buy new front tires. I thought the front tires were good, but they're not. So that's another expense that I have coming up in the early springtime. And also, if you watch my recent video that I did on controlling rodents and mice and stuff like that for cars or in winter storage, I didn't include this in the video, so I wanted to add this in really quick. My initial plan was to buy one of those car bubbles. It encapsulates the entire car and nothing can get inside of it. It's basically like a bubble and the car sits inside of it, and it's completely safe from everything getting to the car. That was my original plan when I bought the Cobra, but as you can see from this list of mods, I just didn't really want to spend another $700 on one of those. So that kind of got put on the back burner, and I kind of hope that just storing it the way that it is for this one winter, it will be okay. Update on the whole mouse thing, everything's pretty good right now. I'm doing a really good job of keeping them away from the car with the traps and everything else, so that's a plus. But the car capsule is another thing that I plan on buying for next year. There are a lot of other mods that I'm buying in the early springtime, and I plan on doing a big video showcasing everything that I bought on the Cobra. So if you want to see what else I have coming up on this car, if you're new here and you want to stick around, subbing and liking the video is very much appreciated. And of course, we'll have more Cobra stuff coming out in the near future. I have more videos stacked up that I'm releasing throughout the winter. more of those will be coming up soon. But as always, everyone, thank you very much for watching. It's greatly appreciated. Hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time.